What's up, it's Kevin, and today I have an unboxing from SpeedCubeShop.com. Just to give a little quick backstory to this unboxing, I'm now working in the sticker department of SpeedCubeShop.com, and so if you're enjoying the new fully fitted S-line stickers, they are designed by yours truly. In 2 of the 3 packages I ordered, he included some free puzzle stands, which was really nice. Let's kick off this unboxing with the Yuxin 2x2. So I purchased this one because I wanted a full stickerless set of 2x2 through 7x7 cubes, and this one seemed to have the color scheme that I wanted. One thing I'm noticing here straight out of the box is that it has a green internal, which I'm not really a big fan of. I really like if they use white or black on the internal so it doesn't show as much, but this is totally fine. This was a pretty inexpensive puzzle. I think it was about $7. And let's do some first turns. Seems like it turns pretty nicely. I felt a little bit of locking up. But one thing I do like about this is it has a really nice weight to it and the plastic feels really high quality. The next one we have here is the YJ Guanlong. Recently my girlfriend actually got into a little bit of puzzling as well, and so she wanted to get a speed cube with a pink side. So let's check this out. Little sticker. Alright, so as you can see, it's got that pink side that she really wants. It has some really nice pastel colors. This is a budget cube. It's about $4, so it does have a little bit of a lighter feel to it, and I'm noticing a little bit of gapping in the edges, but with a little super glue that'll be fixed pretty easily. So let's give this some first turns. This one actually feels really smooth. Despite the light plastic feel, I really like the feel of this, and for $4, it can't be beat. Next one is going to be another YJ 3x3. This one is stickerless transparent, and this is another one that my girlfriend ordered for herself. Move that booklet away. Man, this looks really nice actually. Definitely more of a novelty than I would say a speed solving cube, just because that the sticker recognition or the plastic recognition is pretty bad on this. But let's just give it a few first turns and see how it feels. It's a little bit tight out of the box, but I think with some lubing and tensioning, this will be really nice. And overall, it's just a really cool addition to have to any collection, and I know she'll really enjoy this. Next up, we got the 3x3 that I finally ordered for myself, which is the Moyu Aolong V2. I really wanted this one just because I knew it had a more traditional, like plastic color scheme. So let's just check this out. See, that looks really nice. Let me just show that. So you can see the red and the orange contrast really nicely, the yellow and the white do, as well as the blue and the green. I really like these colors, and they remind me of the original Rubik's Cube, which I grew up on. And I can already tell this is made with much higher quality than the previous 2 3x3s because it feels a lot heavier, the plastic's harder, shinier. It just feels overall a better build quality. So let's give it some first turns. Man, that feels really nice. Continuing down the stickerless N×N series, this is the Cyclone Boys G4. As I said, I'm not much of a speed solver, so it really doesn't matter to me how fast the puzzle turns. I do want a quality puzzle, but overall, I just want something that looks nice and will be easy to solve, as well as look good in a collection. The outside layers feel really smooth. It reminds me a lot of a 3x3. The inside feels a little bit bumpy and clicky, but I think with a little bit of breaking in, that could definitely go away. The stickerless shades look really nice though. I'm very happy with this. As you guessed it, next up is a stickerless 5x5. This is the Chi 5x5, and I picked this one up at the SoCal Super Comp that was in LA just a few weeks ago with SpeedCubeShop. They had a little vending booth there, And like I said, all I wanted is to pick up a set of 2x2 through 7x7 stickerless puzzles, and so this filled a gap. I really like the shades on this one again. It has a little bit lighter blue than the blue I would like, but overall, turns really nice. I've had a few days to solve this one. It does pop a little bit, so I'm not really all too happy with that. But overall, it's a nice 5x5, and I have pretty accurate turning, so I shouldn't have to worry about popping too much. Continuing down the line of the stickerless 2x2 through 7x7, we have the Yuxin Red 6x6. I'm really excited for this one. I really like these bigger puzzles. They're really fun to solve, and I actually enjoy 4x4 and 6x6 parity. Throw the booklet away. And wow, this was actually a lot smaller than I expected. The cubies are pretty small. Let me grab a 57mm 3x3 to compare it to. So only slightly bigger. And I can already tell right away too, looking at this Along V2 compared to the Yuxin Red, that the colors of the stickerless shades are much brighter. Not quite what I wanted, but there's not many stickerless 6x6 cubes out on the market. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this. The orange is my least favorite. I'm not really into these fluoro orange colors. It doesn't really show up well on the camera, but this is definitely a lot more of a fluorescent orange, almost a red type color than it is on the Outlong V2. So let's just do a few quick first turns. Oh wow, that's pretty stiff out of the box, to be honest. Kind of has a sandy feel to it too, but much smoother. I mean, the 6x6 I owned before this was the V-Cube 6, so this is a huge jump compared to that. Now, I've heard this puzzle pops, but if you exchange the springs with this one, with the springs from the Yuxin 5x5, I heard it turns into an amazing puzzle. Don't take my word for it, take Kevin Hayes, the world record holder for the 6x6. Last but certainly not least, we have the Moyu Pillowed Aofu. I've heard the Pillowed Aofu is not quite as good as the Aofu GT, but as I'm a collector, I go for the puzzle that looks better, and in my opinion, these pillowed large cubic puzzles look much better. So I can already tell this has a much brighter color scheme than the rest of the stickerless cubes that I bought, but I believe that was noted on the website that this was bright stickerless, and this was the only one offered. Looks really nice though, and I'm so impressed that companies are now producing stickerless 7x7, 6x6, and you know, if they go higher, then I will probably buy even higher end-by-end cubes if there's more stickerless puzzles. So let's give it a few first turns. Alright, wow, so I can already tell this is, I mean, I'm slow with turning, but I can tell that this is much better than the Yuxin 6x6 was feeling right out of the box. It's extremely smooth. Even that second, third layer too. Everything feels exactly the same. I do have a V-Cube 7 as well, and that pales in comparison to this one. Let me just get a quick shot of all of these stickerless puzzles all together. That completes my 2x2 through 7x7 stickerless set. I will say it looks really nice all together, but none of the cubes have exactly the same color scheme. Another WCA puzzle I picked up was the Moyu Cube. I've heard this is a really nice cube along with the Chi. So let's give it a try. Turns really smoothly, and I've heard too that these even corner cut. Let's see here. Very nice. And because there is some kind of torpedo mechanism, these also don't pop. I also picked up two Pyramix puzzles, the Diane and the Moyu Pyramix. I picked up the Diane Pyramix because it has a really nice stickerless color scheme, and it's going to fit well with the rest of the stickerless cubes I just purchased. So just as I thought, it has a very traditional looking color scheme. Same with most of the Diane products. Let's give it a few first turns. Very stiff out of the box. And really clicky too. I've heard that about the Diane Megaminx, but now that I'm holding it in my hand, I can definitely see that it has much more of a clicky feel. Here's the Megaminx I'm looking more forward to in terms of solving. This is the Moyu Megaminx. Has the typical Moyu shades, a fluorescent green, fluorescent yellow, and then light blue and regular red. So let's give it a few first turns. Definitely much nicer turning than the Diane Megaminx. A lot smoother, less clicky, and has a really nice ball bearing alignment mechanism that most Megaminx have, but this one really has a nice feel to it. This next puzzle I've really been looking forward to. This is the X-Man Galaxy Megaminx. So right out of the box I can tell this has a very nice color scheme. Similar to the Diane Megaminx color scheme as well as the Shengshao. Although I'm noticing that the white and this pale yellow look fairly similar, so in low lighting situations that may be difficult to tell apart. But I've heard this is the best turning Megaminx, so let's give it a try. Definitely very smooth, maybe needs to be tightened a little bit. Comes a little bit loose, as you can see there. But I'm really excited to do a few solves on this.